Even though the quarterbacks are safe in the scrimmage, who would you say had the best pass rush, best pressure?
I don't know. There's a lot of guys have done some really good stuff. Like we just asked about Phillip Lee. I think he's a guy that's kind of jumped off the film a little bit. You can see that juice. You see a lot of different, even in the interior, Cam Ball and Ingrafard is doing some. Danny Sully is doing some really good things, and then you have Boone on the other edge. So Charlie, like I could go on and on and on. Like it's guys that's really giving us that pass rush ability to get to the quarterback.
There's still some chunk yardage plays in the second scrimmage. I mean, how much of a concern is that carrying over week to week?
Chunk yardage with the ones, y'all didn't see any with the ones. The twos, we got to do some things. We got to fix it. You know, we got to be in our gaps when our gaps when we should be in our gaps, and when it's man to man, we got to be on our man. But no concerns. If it is, we'll get it fixed.
Coach, what's the transition like going from camp stuff to the first game of the season and actually starting to scout opponents for a coordinator?
You know, just really, you go from putting all the pieces together and figuring out, okay, who's going to be where as far as on defense, and then you start watching the opponent and you're seeing what they're doing. Okay, what do we need to do to stop what they're doing? But in the mix of that, you're trying to figure out, okay, who's going to be on the field for you, right? And then once you figure that out, okay, how are we going to stop the actual opponent that we're about to face?
I'm not sure where Frank Mulipola, I don't know if I said that right, lines up and stuff, but any thoughts more about playing him inside? And also, Justice Boone's a pretty big guy. Any thoughts about while Oakie's out?
Well, we got we have different packages for those guys to possibly move inside. Frank is coming along. Frank is a guy, man. He's learning football. One thing I like about Frank, his effort, 100 miles an hour. So now we got to get him lined up in different places. But he's a guy that comes with great attitude and great effort. We'll figure out where we want to put those guys right now. We haven't got far down that road yet.
I think of your hog position, I think of a guy that has to do everything, but maybe a little bit more pass responsibility. And then I guess maybe the penny.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more run.
Yes.
Tell me what you're looking for in that position.
So that hog is more pass and run. He's that nickel. And the penny is a Sam backer, pretty much. So when our penny is out there, our penny personnel is a Sam linebacker that's out there. So that's the difference between the two.
And I've got a pretty good idea on the Buck, but I was wondering just if you could explain it.
Yeah, Buck is an outside, your outside linebacker that can play some defensive end, because we can go from our 4 down to our 3 down. A guy that can rush the passer, a guy that can drop in space. So it's a guy that has to have different type of skill set than a true just defensive end. So Coach Adams has done a great job going out and identifying those guys. So we have a room of 3 or 4 guys that can do that. That's a great question. We have you got Charlie, you got Boone, you have Phillip Lee. That's 3 off the top of my head that can do it. That's I'm trying to see who else. It's another guy, but we have 3 for sure that we can put at the Buck position that could play Buck and defensive end. Tally is another one. Ken Tally is another one that could do both. That'd be the 4. Yeah, that'd be the 4 there.
You mentioned going on to an opponent. How much have you looked into Alabama and A&M? I think they have a 7th-year quarterback, and just maybe what you know of them so far.
Really just started watching them this morning, just trying to get a lay of the land of who they are, and watching a lot of tape from when the coordinator was at Miles College, and just trying to figure out, okay, who they are and what they're trying to do on offense. So we just started watching them this morning, and, very well coached. I know the head coach, and they'll be ready to roll.
With Coach Petrino, you mentioned that, let plays go on and all. That seemed like a thing. I remember him doing that here as a head coach back when he was here. Is that pretty standard in the industry to let plays keep going?
Different places do different. I've been a part of both. I've been part of both, and both styles work. So I've been part of both.
When on the penny position, if you do a 3 linebacker formation with the top 3 guys, Sorey, Shaw, and Dix, which one of those is maybe best suited for that type of versatile position out there?
Sorey and Shaw would be the 2 that you could kind of move around. I like to keep Steven right in the middle and let him quarterback everything, get the front set, and be that enforcer in the middle.
With all the versatility that you guys have of multiple positions for these guys, do you think this could be maybe the most multiple you've been as a defensive coordinator since you arrived here at Arkansas?
Yeah, I could definitely say that. because you got more toys to play with. As long as we can keep everybody healthy, it'll be a good thing. So yes, we definitely have more depth to do more there.
You mentioned Steven being kind of the quarterback of the defense. I guess he has the green dot on his helmet. Who else, like if he's not in the game, who would be the next guy with the?
You know, we haven't really. We kind of toured around with two different ways of doing it. It's been Steven, it's been Shaw, it's been Larry, it's been Miguel, it's been Caleb. So we don't know if it's going to be the linebacker. We don't know if it's going to be the safeties that's going to be able to control it. Just talking to a few of my buddies, especially in the NFL, some of them put it on the safeties. At least they can get everything lined up, so now the ball's not thrown over your head type of deal. So whoever it is going to have to communicate. So we're still figuring that out.
And I wanted to ask about an offensive guy. Mike Washington is a guy that we've heard make a lot of plays. Just game planning against him in practice. Kind of what are the challenges of defending him?
Yeah, we don't game plan in practice, but I can tell you this: he's a good football player. Like he has speed, he has size. He doesn't say a word. Come to work, he goes to practice. He's been a really good get for us, and Coach Kobe Smith has done a really good job identifying him. And man, he's a good football player. He really is.
I don't think we've talked that much about Charlie Collins in here throughout camp, but just what strides do you feel like he's made since his freshman year, and how do you kind of see his role?
Yeah, he's getting better and better. He's a guy you can coach hard. Charlie is a guy you can coach hard. He'll come back to work the next day and try to correct whatever you trying to fix. Plays hard. He's trying to do exactly what Coach Adams asked him to do. Man, I'm very pleased with Charlie.
Fernando Carmona was saying that the defense had a lot of energy in the scrimmage, kind of taking the place of the offense from the first scrimmage. How do you see that build up throughout the week?
Yeah, I think, man, we all a team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about the offense energy, defensive energy. It's the Razorbacks energy, you know. So I just think Coach Pittman, he talks about that a lot. A team having the energy, offensively, defensively, special teams. I don't think it's an offense versus defense type of deal. We all want to go out there and perform, but we want the Razorbacks to look good. You know what I'm saying, all together, if that makes sense.
Hey, Coach. I'm curious for you personally, year one to now, what are some of the biggest differences for you just comfort-wise going through fall camp?
Yeah, just being able, having a little bit more depth. You know, we'll be able to do a little bit more. We'll be able to deny the ball more, playing a little bit more man. You know, we want to deny the ball as much as we can, you know, so we have the pieces in the back to do that, and also being able to play our zone as well. But we want to be able to shorten those windows, the throw-in windows for the quarterback and being aggressive. I mean, that's who I am. You know, I'm naturally an aggressive person, but you have to be able to adjust to your personnel, right? So I thought we did well with that the first 2 years. And now that we go in the portal and we kind of identify the talent that we need, we better do some different things.
I know we've asked you about it a lot, but just how much going through fall camp in year three does the staff continuity that you have help?
Man, it's so good. I mean, it's going to year three. You got Coach Woodson and Coach Adams. This is our third year together. We know each other inside out. And a lot of people don't understand our analysts and GAs are a big part of that as well. You know, now this is Coach Perry's first year with us, but, man, he's a pro. He's been on the NFL level. You know, he understands what we're about and what we're trying to get accomplished. And the first thing is about the players. And see, a lot of coaches get caught up and think it's about them. It's about the players. We're here for the players, and we got to put those guys in the best position to be successful. So no egos in our room. Whatever was best for the Razorbacks and was best for the players is what we're going to do.
I was curious how you knew Sam Shade. I know he's from Alabama, so I assume there's paths crossed that way.
Yeah, so I don't know him personally. I just know he's a great person and a great coach. He actually played at University of Alabama. Heard everybody I talked to have said great things about him. So he's a professional. He did a really, really good job at Miles last year and won a lot of games and very well respected in the state of Alabama and in college football. Y'all awesome. Thank you. Thank y'all guys. And you, girl.